target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Florida International Panthers, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. FIU will kick it off to get things underway. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Smashes through the tackle. Stopped at the 29, but found a little running room after coming out of the end zone. So Texas's offense will get the first swing of the game. And here he comes, and you may think that you can take a wide receiver out of the game plan, but Jesse, with this guy, he sort of believes, I'm him. I'm the dude.
Yeah, and he gives defensive coordinators nightmares, too, I swear. When you watch this guy's highlight tape, man, he scares you to death with his speed. He can take the top off the defense. He can change the game, David, on any given play.
And so how many different ways can I continue to give him touches? You know, they're going to split him out wide. I'd hand him the football. I'd throw it to him quick. I'd throw it to him deep. This is a playmaker that will be featured.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
That's caught. It's Washington. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest...
The ball squirts free. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Goes to the option. Now the toss. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Running game worked on 1st down. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. The give to the single back. Steamrolls his way ahead. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the 1st down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. And the Panthers racing to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And it's no good. Kicker tried to tack a few more on the scoreboard, guys, and couldn't do it. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head." Yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
To the air, it's Hammond. Quick strike complete. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Offense in a split backfield. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. He's back to throw on second down. Oh, he needs to get rid of it. He needs to do something, and he will go down. What a terrible, terrible play and a big loss. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. He's looking downfield to throw. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. And the Longhorns decide to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals. Yeah,
because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Off play action. Unloads it left. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. To the ground with the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. On the option. He'll pitch it. And they swarm him under.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the offense was going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole, but on 2nd in California, they dial up the running play, now setting up 3rd and short.
3rd down, and this crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. Here comes the option. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Still running at the 40. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
A shot toward the end zone. And he intercepts it. He'll try to take it back. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. Time to take a shot. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. A tremendous play to make the interception, and then the return takes him close to the 50-yard line. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. The play action fake. Turns it loose. He's got it inside the 15. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Longhorn!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's McNeil. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Working the middle, it's complete. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Still on his feet at the 45. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Looking left. And this senior quarterback a little too bold there, and he's lucky he didn't get picked off throwing into double coverage. The incompletion brings up a second down. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Oh, the offense very fortunate to fall on that football.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls on the field.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Wants to throw. It's Sellers. Back open in the middle. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback.
Nose is ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run the option. Trucks through the just causing wreckage in the secondary. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Right back to the well. And they'll get him on the ground at the 3-yard line. He piled up 82 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Running to the left. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Florida International. Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. James Madison went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters there in that fourth quarter. Total destruction by the Dukes. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Yep. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Movement here from the tight end. They'll run it from the gun. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They get him down after he makes the catch.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Looking for a man. It's Hammond. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. The Florida International offense is back on the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. On the option, he'll toss it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. The Panthers will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. FIU set up with another first down. Looking to move it through the air. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Out of the gun, the give to the back. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Just buried it. He's up to 94 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24, first down. They're going to ride this running back. Shakes off the defender. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. FIU mounting a threat in the red zone. Here's the give off the left side. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Holding, open.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Back to throw, it's Sellers. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? And the Panthers headed quickly to the line. On second down, they'll take to the air. Pulls it in, it's Rourke. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Florida International.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On third down, he drops to throw. Slings it downfield. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, FIU. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten them.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Shoots it to the left. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Going with the ground game left. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. They took their time out of the gate, but now starting to try to take control of this game on offense here in the second quarter, Jesse.
Yeah, and they're playing good complementary football up to this point, but this is a huge opportunity, David, for them to really create some momentum.
Well, and the defense did such a good job keeping them in the game early. Now, holding down their end. Now get the offense rolling, put up some points on the scoreboard, and then you can really get dangerous in this ball game.
They've got it. 1st and 10 at the 42. Pulls and fires complete to the right. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. And now on second down for this offense. Back to pass, it's Sellers. Fires to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Listen, a lot of time, tips and deflections are because you got great eyes and vision on the quarterback. You see him release the football, you break on it, you tip that thing, and make sure the receiver can't get it.
On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. They'll give it to him again. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers! And they take it in for 6 more points. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And what a way to finish it off with a 21-yard touchdown run. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Texas offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely.
Took just one play, and they got it almost to midfield. First down from the 49. He's going to pass. Going downfield for the big play. Snags it down the right side. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Texas!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback checking the play. They'll throw again after the incompletion. They're trying to get to him. Hit as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a superb matchup in Austin today. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. And with that, let's get it back to our fellas at DKR.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Just about set for the second half kickoff. On the move from inside his 5. He's got great speed. He's got an alley. There he goes. Open it up. He will score. Touchdown, Panthers.
You can't start the second half any better than that. You're trying to come out of the locker room. You're trying to create some momentum. Taking the first kick of the 3rd quarter back for a touchdown, that is exactly what this head coach was looking for from his players.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Alabama is on the short side of things right now, but like the days of Tua and Devontae Smith in the 2018 title game, do not rule out a comeback. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Arkansas State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16. And the Longhorns will hustle to the line. Dropping back, it's Hammond. Finds a man on the right. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And he's brought down after a huge completion. That last play changed everything on this possession. They've got it 1st and 10 inside the 30. He's looking to throw it. Makes the grab. It's Washington. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their 1st of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The Longhorns have their offense in high gear. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Here we go. Slams ahead. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. As the defense comes out, they've got him pinned back, and listen to the roar of this crowd. At the 15, he's loose. Afterburners coming. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. Give him 114 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. They'll give it to the back. Crosses the 30. He's got to lay it. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Florida International. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
The inside handoff. He was running through tackles and picked up the 1st down and finally got knocked down.
Well, there we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice game to pick up the 1st down. You got to get more of that going moving forward because they have not run it well.
They're getting this guy lathered up. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up. wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Trying to escape and get it himself. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down. The Longhorns will punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The Florida International offense is back on the field. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Trying to burn this defensive back. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down.
That's a great job by the DB playing the ball in the air. You see it all the time. DBs kind of get turned around. The wide receiver goes up and makes a catch. No, sir. DB, great position, knocks the ball down for an incompletion.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking to the big tight end. Finds a man on the left. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. Gets it out fast. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. They run the reverse. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
It's so easy to let your eyes lie to you, to see the ball kind of go the other way. What's my assignment? My assignment is to make sure I contain the backside. Great job on the defense, not getting fooled, playing their assignment, and making the play.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Quickly complete. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, there's no mystery who they're throwing the football to, but defenses still can't find a way to cover this guy. With that last catch, he now has over 1,500 receiving yards on the season.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Looking for a crease to the left. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. The Panthers want to pick up the tempo. Motion from the offense. On 4th down, trying to keep the drive alive with the run here. Touchdown, FIU! And the beatdown has ensued.
Man, oh man, what a day. His 3rd touchdown rushing, showing you he's got a little bit of everything and padding those stats. And all you fantasy football guys, if you have my man at running back, it's a good day.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
A quick pass to the left.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
That's reeled in. It's Gibson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. Sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Panthers! The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. Guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week, too. So you need some consistency up front. Make sure you protect that QB that can make those big plays for you.
Looking deep down the right side. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. They use the end around. First play of the drive. That'll get the eyes moving. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats. They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Dances away to buy time. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. To the air. It's Sellers. Going deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's not afraid to go deep. He's got it down the right side. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. That's the end of the quarter, and FIU is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll use the running game on first and goal. Touchdown, Panthers. And the route is on. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the 4th, and now they can smell 8 straight wins.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over. Move it behind you.
It's complete. A huge pickup. He's running free down the middle. Touchdown, Longhorns! And once he got loose, it was all over.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
Slips through the line. Oh, what vision. Can they catch him? He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Florida International.
I'll tell you, you're lucky if you're watching a college football game and you see one return for a touchdown. That's now his second of the game. This guy is absolutely lethal. He's shown you his open field running ability. He's shown you his speed. I'll be shocked if anybody kicks his way the rest of this game and the rest of the season.
And the returner will be brought down. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Unloads it left. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
Suddenly, after that last big play, they're on the move. 1st and 10 from the 44. Finds the tight end.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're scaring at 3rd. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Hammond. Finds his tight end. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. The Longhorns send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. And no shot at a return here as the punt goes out of bounds. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Gets away. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on 2nd and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available. Scramble. Give me an easy 1st down.
With the catch, it's Smith. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That 1st down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here.
And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run play action. Unleashes one. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB. 4th quarter, huge lead. I'm not really sure why you need to take that kind of shot.
You don't. You definitely don't need to. You can run the clock. You can run the football. You can make sure that you're playing it safe and conservative. Or you can just go for rub it in your face, eat that. You know, I don't like the other coach.
This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? Wide receiver now comes in motion. Try to get it on the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, FIU! And the pummeling has started. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Florida International, Texas, 21.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Here comes the Texas offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and
brings it down on the right side. He's loose. Touchdown, Texas! A great catch and run for 6.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Caught in the backfield, it's McNeil. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football.
He's off to the races. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things, you can tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers! And the stomping has commenced. The lead gets bigger here in the 4th quarter, and their run continues. About to go 8-0. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights.
Texas.
The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the 4th quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after you, as you saw it on that one.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. He unleashes a long one. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there. And the Longhorns will punt it away on 4th down. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After the misfire, it's second down. Fast motion from the offense. Dropping back, it's Sellers. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes a stop.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop it. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
Yeah, and they've had a day, and it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can churn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance, throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense has been very complete today, and that's why they're winning so big.
They'll ride the hot hand. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
And the Panthers will have it 1st and 10. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Now improvising. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Nice job on the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
He'll toss it. Headed to the end zone. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face, and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And
he uncorks one deep. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game.
Good pass protection isn't just offensive line, right? Running backs also have to be able to pick up the blitz. That running back did an outstanding job. That allowed his quarterback to just buy a little bit more time before making that throw.
That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. To the air, it's Hammond. Feeling some heat. Can't make the catch. In fact, he just flat dropped it, and they just dropped the game. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
And it's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football. So good. So many ways to hurt you. And you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.